Hello, everyone. We're going to start in just a minute. Not quite at 1 o'clock. Let's give it another minute or so. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Fall University Transfer Fair. We've been hearing from a lot of universities, and our next up for this hour is North Carolina State University. Taylor Holland, the Assistant Director of Undergraduate Admissions, is going to do our presentation today. After the presentation, which will be about 20 minutes, we're going to have time for lots of questions. I know there will be questions that come up. If you can put them up in the question chat, the little conversation with the question mark in it, the Q&A, just load your questions in there. And after the presentation, we'll start going through the questions, and Taylor will answer everything you ask. All right, Taylor, welcome, and it's all yours.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you so much for having us. Really appreciate being back at great old Wake Tech. My favorite community college, don't tell anybody. But anyway, love everybody at Wake Tech. I've enjoyed working there, sort of like an unofficial worker there for the past many years. I'm not going to tell you how long, I'll give away my age. But anyway, I'm going to keep my picture off because one, it's ugly, and two, anyway, this is more about you, the students, and the advisors who are joining us. So I'm going to give you some good information about NC State University. This program that I'm going to show you is sort of a combination of a couple of different slideshows and PowerPoints that we do, but let's go ahead and get started. That's a picture of our Hunt Library, considered one of the most technologically advanced libraries in the nation for any university as well. So let's just go ahead and get started. For those of you who are at Wake Tech for the first semester and you're from somewhere else, I just want to give you a little bit more information about Raleigh, even though you've probably gotten a lot of it on your own already. But Raleigh is a top 5 area for businesses and careers, and it's also a top 5 place, believe it or not. This is strange for a college rep to say. It's a top 5 place or a top area for playing as well. It was considered one of the best places. Raleigh is considered one of the best cities to eat in all of the United States, with all of its unique bistros and restaurants and what have you. It's just a fantastic place. Also, there's a lot of events here, convention center with fine arts programs, our Bluegrass Music Festival, which we just had, Art Explosion, Crafts Festivals and Arts Festival was just this past weekend. The Hopscotch Music Festival, downtown amphitheater with concerts, collector, antique and performance car, motorcycle and boat shows as well, outdoor activities, lots of different parks for hiking and camping and fishing, and lakes nearby as well. But we're probably more famous for Dorothea Dix Park, Raleigh's largest city park, 308 acres, which include a seasonal sunflower field and off-leash dog park. Also community events like yoga in the park and bird watching walks happen on a regular basis. Lake Johnson's real nearby. It has paved greenways for walking or jogging, trails for hiking, boat rentals, kayaking, and stand-up paddleboard as well. Also, it's just a fantastic place, and we're actually about 1 mile from this scene that you see right here in downtown Raleigh. Also, we're considered the #2 most educated city in the U.S. We also were recently ranked as the number 2 city to live in by USA Today. And so it's just a really great location to be. Number 4 best U.S. cities for college students, amongst the 6 best big cities, and best in the Southeast. But you're seeing a bunch of different names on here who've ranked us and stuff like that. Raleigh is just a fantastic place to do a lot of different things, indoors and outdoors, but really to get, excuse me, a fantastic education as well. Next up, our campus. Well, we're made up of 3 campuses, and they're all nearby each other, within a mile of each other, but it all started with the main campus. All began right back here in the 1880s with a few gentlemen from a few counties in North Carolina. Now it's a nationally and worldly recognized institution with over 100 plus majors, 130 plus minors and students from every background, state in the U.S. and from all over the world. A few highlights of the main campus are the Academic Success Center. It contributes to NC State's students' academic success by providing a variety of free programs and resources that promote academic skill development and independent learning within the university environment. Programs and resources include peer tutoring and mentoring, supplemental instruction, writing support, and consultations, as well as academic advising, career counseling, and wellness coaching. The Career Development Center, our CDC, it's not the Center for Disease Control, but it's our Career Development Center, but we refer to it as the CDC. It helps students become standout job candidates for jobs, internships, and co-op opportunities, which are available to every student of every major here at NC State University. Our CDC works with students from their time of enrollment and on to develop a career path that matches their unique talents, interests, and ambitions. It also helps students create a plan and successfully navigate their career path. It also helps students create a plan and successfully navigate their career path through career fairs, mock interviews, resume critiques, and other resources. The Career Development Center offers career planning services, career courses and podcasts, career assessments, and the Career Identity Program, which helps students navigate a great pathway for their individual self. One great feature is the Wolfpack-style professional clothing closet. This is operated by the NC State Career Development Center and provides students with the professional clothing needed for an interview, a career fair, a conference, or even for their first week of their new career, or work on the new job. The attire is generously donated by faculty, staff, alumni, and employers to help students succeed. Our military and veterans services, this is NC State's centralized resource to support our military affiliated students, their families, and even Gold Star military families. We've served quite a few thousand military affiliated students, including veterans and dependents, and military and veterans services aids their students in their transition from the military to the campus and persist to graduation and transition from the campus to the civilian career workforce. Their office hosts a number of events, including the Military and Veterans Summit, Military Appreciation Days, including games and coin exchange. They also coordinate with the VA education benefits and the GI Bill, military residency, and academic credits, just to name a few of the many services that they offer. State Village, STATE, with a period in between each letter, it's the second year transitions and transfer experience village that's on-campus living and learning community that provides second year and transfer students with opportunities to connect to a variety of campus resources and programming meant to assist in navigating their years following their freshman and first year experience. State Village partners include the Career Center, Tutorial Center, Office of Leadership and Civic Engagement, the Study Abroad Office, the Co-op Office, the Wolfpack Welcome Week, career fairs, and alternative spring break, in which you help a community recover from a natural disaster. Those kinds of trips, very rewarding to your soul. Students also participate in a variety of programs designed to develop the skills necessary to succeed in the classroom, prepare for a professional career, expand leadership roles, and improve life skills such as cooking healthy meals and managing your finances. State Village residents live in our Wolf Village apartments, better known as Gray Hall, right here on campus. The Centennial campus you see up there in the top right. This is our second of three campuses communities for North Carolina State University. It includes our research hub of Centennial. It's the main research hub, but it's also home to the College of Engineering, as well as the Wilson College of Textiles, and a brand new huge building for the College of Agriculture and Life Sciences as well. Also located here is our second main library. Again, I mentioned this earlier, the Hunt Library, a technical library beyond anything you've ever seen before in your life. Today, NC State is a leading public university in one of the fastest growing cities in America. We are the largest university in North Carolina with 36,762 total enrollment and 24,000 undergraduate first year through senior year students. We're educating more North Carolinians than any other university and offer over 100, like I said, over 100 plus academic programs, and again, 130 minors as well. We are a preeminent research enterprise. While we do excel in STEM majors, design, humanities and social sciences, business, textiles, and veterinary medicine are also stellar in their abilities to help students become future leaders of the world. We have a host of other unique majors to offer students with many varied interests as well. In summary, a large public university, strong academics, awesome school spirit, and we are a Division I NCAA school in all of our athletics as well. The slide in the bottom, you see the Centennial Biomedical Campus. This is home to our number 4 ranked in the nation College of Veterinary Medicine with a standard of excellence known throughout the country. A lot of our students volunteer their free time here to work with and help animals of every shape, form, and kind. It also features a full working farm and even a very successful 24-hour, 365 days a year emergency center. We also have a turtle rescue service run by our vet and pre-vet students with supporting faculty and staff. Now, while no undergraduate courses are taught here, it is a fantastic place to volunteer your time and gain excellent knowledge about the animal kingdom. Offered here and on the other campuses of NC State University is pre-professional advising for those seeking a career in the medical world, including pre-med, pre-vet, pre-dentistry, pre-pharmacy, pre-optometry, and yes, we offer pre-law programs as well. Also located on this particular campus are our main sports venues, the Carter Finley Football Stadium and the PNC Basketball Arena. Getting around these campuses is really quite easy with its many routes. We have the Wolf Line bus system with its many routes and buses, along with all kinds of rental bikes, electric scooters, zip rental cars, and the free city bus system, or just simply walking, making NC State a very easy campus to navigate. Now, a lot of people like to know really about the most popular academic programs. Our academic colleges offer over 100 majors for our students to pursue at NC State. As you may be familiar with, NC State is a major dependent institution in our admissions process. Maybe you didn't know that, but you do now. On the screen, you can see our top 10 transfer majors for the fall of 2021. Please know that this is not an exhaustive list of our majors, as again, NC State offers many different dozens and dozens of majors and minors across our 10 colleges, all of which have a very popular following. But we hope this gives you some insight to our competitive applicant process. In a few slides, I'll discuss some resources available to students to help you become competitive in our application process as well. Now, our application deadlines, they're pretty self-explanatory, but we offer spring admissions and fall admissions. If you're admitted for the fall, you have an official letter for the fall, you can actually back it up to summer 2, what we call a transfer summer start session 2, and go ahead and get started at NC State, but you got to have a fall admissions offer in your hand. Our application deadline for the spring was October 1st. However, the application is still open for just a few more days, and we will begin the notification date. Actually, we're going to change it a little bit. Most people will find out on December 1st, but we are going to start releasing decisions on a rolling basis starting on November 15th. But a majority of people will find out by 8 p.m. on the night of December 1st. Now, if you're going for the College of Design, you need to apply. That deadline's coming up for the studio-based majors. As you can see, there's the list of College of Design, which is graphic design, art and design, industrial design, fashion and textile design. You do need to apply by November 1st. Best if you apply by October 15th so that you can get your WolfPaw account set up in order to upload your artistic portfolio through slideroom.com and get that into us by November 1st, in which they release their decisions sometime in mid-March for all students applying to the College of Design. Trying to get it, and that's for the fall entry only for College of Design. And then there's a couple of our majors that do not accept students for spring entry either. Fall regular decision you have all the way through February 15th. Best if you apply during the December holiday break. That way you're not in class, you can spend time on the application, fill it out fully. That makes your application stand out. Do those small essays and on the application, they're there for a reason, especially the major choice essay as to why you want to major in the major you've put down on the application. But you do have till February 15th to get all of the documents to us of all the colleges you've been to. We do need high school transcripts if you have not quite finished up, or you're in your first year of college, or you have not quite finished up 30 transferable credit hours just yet. And a lot of people send them in anyway, because we can use the 2 years of foreign language you took in high school to meet foreign language proficiency for a graduation requirement for a number of our majors here at NC State University. So it's a good idea just to go ahead and send it in anyway. Our notification date will start on April 15th. Technically, we're going to roll that as well, all the way through probably for about a week and a half. We're going to do rolling admissions. This is all brand new for us. We're going to give it a try, see how it works, see if we want to keep it, or if the students just like finding out all on the same exact day. Excuse me. Got a frog in my throat. All right, now what makes a complete application? All right, so a complete transfer application consists of the following items submitted by the deadline: the submitted application, and we also have a brand new NC State transfer application as well, an $85 application fee. We have no preference on if you use the Common Transfer app, the Coalition app, or the NC State transfer app. It's up to you. Official college transcripts from each college attended. Also your high school transcript, again, if you're in your first year of college or have less than 30 transferable hours completed at the time of your application. We can also look at AP and IB test scores sent from the testing agency to meet specific admissions criteria as well. So go ahead and have those sent in as also. You can find the list of qualifying AP and IB test scores on our website, and all the scores are listed right there for you. Do not count them, though, as part of your having 30 minimum transferable hours. You want to have that as actual classwork time, but you can get credit for certain subject matter. We can use certain subject matter that you got credit for based on the scores. So we can take a look at it in a number of different ways, but just don't count those credits from AP IB as part of having 30 minimum transferable hours. CLEP scores, we don't use them in the admissions process, only for possible credit after enrollment. So if you see that maybe hypothetically a calculus is, and you placed out a calculus through CLEP, take the math above that in person in your classroom at Wake Tech and show how you do in the actual classroom environment. That can make your application stand out along with your CLEP score. AP and IB scores, like I said, can be used to meet admissions recommendations based on subject matter, but again, we just cannot, just to reiterate, we cannot use them towards your 30 credit hour minimum completed total. All right, other items to note. All students are required to complete an academic interest essay on the application. Tell us why you want that major. Personal essays are optional. Highly recommended to be competitive. You can submit the essay topics provided on the applications. Letters of recommendation are not required and they're not used in the admissions process. Resumes are not required and are not used in the application process. Now, what do we look for basically? All right, so it's a number of different things. So all transfer applicants should have at least that 30 transferable college credit hours, including specific coursework and a competitive GPA based on the major you are applying for. Meeting these recommendations does not necessarily guarantee admission, but it does set you up to be considered a competitive applicant in the overall review process. Competitive transferable GPA. We recalculate the GPA based on all transferable types of courses attempted. There's not a maximum amount of hours that you can transfer in, but be careful. You must complete at least 25% of the degree work at NC State in order to graduate from NC State. For engineering, it's a little bit different. You have to complete at least the last 48 credit hours of the final 60 credit hour layout of an engineering program in order to graduate from the College of Engineering at NC State University. Courses repeated at previous institutions are calculated with the original grades earned. We will exclude in your college history, whether you've gone to one college or 12 colleges, we will find somewhere in those 12 colleges the two lowest grades below a C- when calculating the overall cumulative GPA from all the transferable coursework attempted outside of NC State. We'll throw them away. Now, if you repeated them, great, we go with that new grade. But if you did a third repeat, a fourth repeat, a fifth repeat at a particular one college, then we'll calculate the new grade with the old grade. We do look for those strong grades in recommended courses as well. Your major specific coursework as well. Basically grades on major courses or major required courses or highly recommended courses. Competitive applicants, again, having those hours, courses in progress will be considered, but those who have exceeded the strongly recommended coursework for their major of interest prior to applying could have a stronger, more competitive edge. Your accomplishments inside and outside the classroom, extracurricular activities, because of the heavy emphasis on the academic preparation, enrichment activities, if they can, should complement the major being applied for if you've had that chance. Enrichment activities are anything one does outside of the classroom, though. Example for transfer students, jobs, military experience, honor societies, city societies, county societies, community activities, and so on, just to kind of give you an idea. And then your interest in the program also. This is a little bit extra than what's on the screen, that having that recommended coursework and a competitive GPA are determined by your program of interest. You do apply into the major of interest on the admissions application. We do not offer yet an undecided or undeclared option and work your way into a major. And then that academic interest essay, it can be pretty much a game changer. Tell us why you're interested in the major you have selected. Now, scholarships and financial aid, always a big subject, always a big subject. Now, when you apply, use an email address that's not your school email address, because Wake Tech and every other college in America has very strong privacy firewalls. And they want to make sure that you're not getting junk email and spam email, even though it might be coming from us or another college, or you might be looking at 2 colleges, that's just the way it goes. Use a personal email address. And in case your personal email address just gets loaded with emails from all your friends and family and organizations you belong to, another great piece of advice I would say that somebody told me was a great piece of advice was to create a brand new personal email address that you just simply use only for your college applications. From that email, once you submit it, within 2 weeks, we're going to email you back, and we're going to give you a temporary password to open up and set up your WolfPaw account. Your WolfPaw account is going to allow you to keep track of your application and where it is in the process, and eventually it's going to tell you the answer to the admissions review decision. You'll keep the WolfPaw account all the way up until pretty much being admitted to the university, or if you don't get admitted, you still keep the same WolfPaw account if you're going to apply for the next semester or the semester after that. Hopefully you don't have to do that, but just in case. Once that happens, you're going to get a PAC Assist account. That PAC Assist account stays with you through graduation. And basically what's going to happen with that is it's going to allow you to apply for scholarships each and every single semester that you are there at NC State University. Because once you establish a GPA at NC State University, that is basically going to take over with your departments, and they're going to help you take a look at all of the different possible scholarship opportunities that are available to you as well. Also, the Goodnight Scholarship. Now, this is an interesting one. The Goodnight Scholarship started many years ago, but it started for first-year students, but it started for transfer students about 4 years ago. And it's a renewable scholarship. It's only for North Carolina Community College graduates who have graduated with the Associate of Arts, Associate of Science, Associate of Engineering, and these future 2 teacher education transfer degrees called the Teacher Education Associate of Arts, Teacher Education Associate of Science. And you've been admitted to a STEM or STEM education type of major, science, technology, engineering, or math. You will be looked at to be considered for the Goodnight Scholarship. It's a fall entry only program. However, students who get admitted for the spring, if they're super strong, you may not get it in the beginning, but you will still be considered for it if you are a standout student for starting the program, because it's not just getting money, it's not just getting a scholarship, it's joining a program, a very critical program of scholars at NC State University. And basically, it allows you up to 3 years to finish your degree at NC State. Normally, when you graduate from Wake Tech, it's 2 plus 2. 2 years at Wake Tech, 2 years with NC State, maybe a summer, or it might be a little bit longer if you do research projects, internships, co-op opportunities, study abroad. Depends, the world's your oyster once you get here. And we give you the tools to crack it open and all the options that go with it as well. But it is a renewable scholarship for those who get selected to the Goodnight Scholarship for up to $21,000 a year for 3 years. Not bad, not bad at all. And basically, it's going to help you along. You're going to belong to a great group of scholars. And again, this is for North Carolina Community College graduates only going into STEM and STEM education majors at NC State as well also. And another really nifty little part about it is it's got great advising. They've got great road trips that they take, and even international trips that they take as well. It's just a really great program. And when they first started, they gave out 17 scholarships. This past year, they gave out 25 this past year. And by 2025, 2026, they're going to give out 50 every fall, every year. 50 North Carolina Community College graduates coming to NC State University will get this Goodnight Scholarship. Everybody should apply for financial aid as well, the free application for federal student aid. Apply for it each and every year that you're in school, because a lot of scholarships through your departments and through the Goodnight and any financial aid programs that you might belong to are already, you do have to renew it each and every single year. So scholarships are available. Now, we know that you all have a lot of questions. They want me to do this in basically 15 to 20 minutes. But I want you to take a picture of this. This is a pretty neat little thing right here, a neat little slide for you to connect with us, basically. And somebody's pinging me, excuse me, sorry about that. College-specific information, these are great websites and contact names for those of you who want more detailed information. There's a lot of information on our admissions.ncsu.edu/transfer section, or just admissions.ncsu.edu, and then just hover over the word apply. Don't click on it. Let the drop-down menu come, and then just click on the word transfer. But here's some contact information for you as well. So take a picture with your iPhone with this, and you'll have some good contact information, and you have even more stuff that we couldn't fit in this program, this little PowerPoint presentation at this time. There's a lot of information on our website, and we have a brand new website that's only a few weeks old right now, so check it out if you haven't looked at it lately. Some really awesome information has been added to all the sections of our website for you to help make yourself competitive. And with that, I'm going to end it and open up the floor for questions and answers, basically. So there you go.
Thank you, Taylor. That was so informative. If people have questions, please pop them into the Q&A chat. And sorry, do we have it? We still going?
Yeah, I can hear you. I'm right here.
Yep. Okay, picture's gone. So please go ahead and pop in your questions in the Q&A chat box, and we'll have Taylor address them. Taylor, if you want to leave up that contact page, that would probably be a good thing to just leave up while we do Q&A.
Okay, let me pull it back up. Let me see if I can find it. There it is. There we go.
Okay, I'll get it shared back on the screen for you.
There we go. I got it pulled back up. Now I don't see any of y'all though. Hang on. Let me hit escape.
Don't be shy. Put some questions in the Q&A box.
All right, once we get the screen back up, we'll get some questions published.
Am I still sharing the screen, or do I need to get out of this and go back to share screen?
Can you go back to share screen for us?
Okay. Let me do that. Let me get back to this. And there we go. Share content. I might have to pull you all up. There we go.
Perfect.
Can y'all see that?
Yes.
Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and share my picture. I don't know if y'all can see me. I had to wear a mask today, everybody. I'm in a room that I need to do that, so I don't know if y'all can see me or not.
We can.
Okay.
So I have the first question.
Yeah.
Somebody would like to know if you can go over the foreign languages again. What's the requirements?
Some of our programs, like the business school, they want a 200 level. You can take those here, just usually one semester. Engineering is usually just looking for proficiency from high school with at least a C or higher on your Spanish 1, Spanish 2, or Latin 1, Latin 2. Other subject areas like our College of Humanities and Social Sciences might want 100 level or 200 level. The beautiful thing about it is you can go into our website and you can look up all the degree requirements for each and every single one of our majors. And it'll show you what kind of foreign language is required. Proficiency from high school, 100 level on the degree track, or even 200 level, one semester of 200 level. It just depends on the major. Every one of them on each of the colleges, well, there's 10 colleges handling over 100 majors. And you would want to click on the particular major that you're looking at to come to, because even in some of the same colleges, one particular major might require 100 or up to 200 level foreign language, where other majors might just require proficiency from high school. This is why I tell everybody, send in the high school transcript anyway, because you just never know where that's going to help you out, especially if all they needed was foreign language proficiency from your high school transcript. So that's how it works.
What about our placement test for foreign language? Does that transfer?
That's a good question. I don't have a firm answer on that. We would have to just take a look. Are you talking about the CLEP score? Would it be a CLEP?
No, Wake Tech has a placement test that we do for determining level, and students get college credit if they pass one of the levels.
If they take if they finish up the degree, then we can look at it for possible credit, but they have to get your full degree, and not more than 14 hours can have been given from an outside source. So we'll have to take a look at that, but it's possible. It is a possibility, but it's on a student by student basis based on the transcript that we get.
Thank you.
Yes, absolutely.
So, are there any specific requirements for international students who want to transfer to NC State?
Typically, we're just going to need to, for the international, the WES evaluation, WES, we used to use like 4 different companies, and it started to get really confusing. But typically, they're still going to need to have the 30 transferable hours. They're still going to want to follow the highly recommended coursework. The WES evaluation, WES, stands for World Education Services. You'll want a course-by-course evaluation sent to us. So that means the official transcript gets sent to WES. WES will evaluate it into the Americanized system and the Americanized credit system and Americanized grading system. They will send us a copy of that transcript, which is official by the eyes of the state of North Carolina, along with the evaluation. We're still going to look for the same requirements as, you know, a home-based student of North Carolina, or, you know, excuse me, country-based student in the United States has to have, you know, those 30 minimum hours that we can use. Now, we don't know if the hours would necessarily transfer, but we can use the evaluation for admissions purposes for sure. So you may get credit for everything you did. You may get half the credit. You may get none of the credit, and you're basically starting from scratch, but we can still use the WES evaluation for admissions purposes, in which some students, they did have to kind of start over. Others started in the middle, and others really just had 25% of the degree left to do. So it just depends, but it's a matter of just following the international, if you're still an international student, or depending on your visa status and what have you, and that information is on our international section of our website at admissions.ncsu.edu. But that evaluation is critical, but they still have to meet the same requirements when it comes to the subject matter that the particular major is looking for.
Okay, Natalia would like to know if you can talk about the C3 program.
The C3 program, yes. It is a collaboration with about 13 community colleges, excuse me, 13 community colleges in the state of North Carolina right now. It is a guaranteed admissions process. Basically, if you get admitted into the C3 program with one of the 13 community colleges, they are going to expand it eventually. Not sure how far, if it's going to go statewide to all 58, but it's in just a few short years, it went from 8 to 13 schools. So I'm not sure what the exact pure future of it is over the next 5 years. Guidance by the C3 advisors. There'll be a C3 specific advisor at each of the community colleges that are partners in that program as well. You also have access to take a couple of classes at NC State as well as a non-degree seeking or a visiting student as well to help knock out and complete your community college degree as well. Does it mean guaranteed admissions into the exact major that you want? That depends on you and your performance, because you must maintain at least a 3.0 GPA, and some of our majors do require at least a 3.5. So you want to do as well as possible in this program, but you will have admissions to NC State University, but it may not be 100% guaranteed to the major you exactly wanted, but that only is based on your particular performance that you've done on your work. So that can make the difference whether or not you do get into the exact major. Otherwise, they're going to help you pick out another major through personality tests or talking about and looking and researching other majors here at NC State University as well. Wake Tech has had a number of people get admitted into the C3 program, and so have the other 13 colleges. And I'm not sure how many others are going to be added, but Wake Tech is a C3 program. You do need to apply into the C3 program before you complete 30 transferable credit hours. Okay, so you've got to get in there before the application, I believe, is opened, or it's getting ready to open up for the next entry. And so before you complete 30 credit hours, you've got to apply to get into the C3 program. And there is more information. If you just Google NC State C3, it'll take you right to their website, and it's going to give you all of the nuances of each and every corner of regulations and rules and requirements that you need, but definitely worth looking into.
All right, so the next question, I am a dual enrollment student still in high school and taking courses at Wake Tech. Does the 30 credit hours still apply to transfer to NCSU, as I would have taken enough courses to complete an associate's degree when I graduate?
Okay, so you're still going to apply, basically. So Laura, I'm guessing based on what you just said to me, and just help me here for a second to make sure I understood. The students doing some dual enrollment, but they're still in high school, and by the time they graduate, they're not going to have the degree. Is that correct?
They are not going to finish the associate's degree, so they're
Okay.
they're dual enrolled, but they will have. He wants to know if he has 30 credits, or she has 30 credits.
No, he has to apply as a freshman. He has to apply as a first-year student. The rule in North Carolina, through the General Administration of North Carolina, you have to be a part of early college and finishing your high school diploma and your transferable associate's degree at the same time in order to have the option to apply as a transfer student. Although, for those students, it's still better for them to apply as a first-year student because there's a little bit more scholarship opportunity. You do get 2 choices of major on the application as well. And then if you do get admitted, you would start out as, just for the first semester only, you would start out as a freshman with advanced standings, and then your second semester you turn into a second semester junior. So it is better. But the rule to have the choice of whether to apply as a first-year student or a transfer student only applies to students who are in early college and are going to have both degrees at the time of high school graduation. However, we still recommend even those students apply as a first-year student. Every other student, dual enrollment, middle college, there's another one too. There's so many now. Oh, CCP. You all still have to apply because you're still in high school. You still have to apply as a first-year student. But you'll still be considered, even if you don't have that degree, but you still have a lot of dual enrollment credits, you will still be considered a first year with advanced standings. So you're already ahead of the game, even though you're not necessarily in the early college program.
Thank you.
Yes.
Okay, so next question. Since transferring into the engineering program is so competitive, what is the most important piece of advice you would give?
Oh boy. They love to see dedication. They love to see dedication in those highly recommended courses, those maths, those sciences, which for those of you who are engineering bound, you know, at every engineering college in the country, those calculuses, the general physics with the lab, the general chemistry with the lab, the Calc 1, the Calc 2, even those English Comp 1s and Comp 2s, doing as super well as you can on those. Maybe even fitting in a couple of those non-transferable engineering tech courses can be beneficial, and doing well on those also. You know, taking them as sort of an elective, even though they won't necessarily transfer, or going above and beyond what you see on the highly recommended coursework list under the College of Engineering on what makes a student competitive. There is a section in our website called What Makes a Student Competitive, and it'll bring up the 10 colleges. You click on it, and it shows those highly recommended courses of what needs to be in those 30 or more transferable credit hours. Students who go above, who already have it finished, they make themselves stand out. Students who have gone above and beyond those courses, like in the case of engineering, Calc 3, linear algebra, differential equations, the second physics, the physics 252, maybe even if you're going in chemical engineering or nuclear engineering, that second chemistry, things along that line where you've gone above and beyond that on your transferable degree. Those are things that make you stand out, along with the answers to your essay questions on why you're choosing that major for one. These are all things that can help make your application stand out above and beyond the others. Laura.
That's great information. Thanks. Next
Yeah.
question. I am going for accounting. Can I still transfer to NCSU since it's not engineering or science?
Oh, well, we do have a business school here, the Poole College of Management, so absolutely. Accounting is one of our strongest business programs here. The Poole College of Management is one of the fastest growing business programs on the entire East Coast, one of the fastest growing MBA programs, Midwest to the East Coast as well also. So yeah, absolutely. We've got a stellar accounting program. Just highly recommend that you do get up to and through the Math 263 brief calculus, brief like briefcase, briefcase. And the beautiful thing about brief calculus, it's a science and business-based calculus. You don't have to go through Calc 1 and Calc 2, but you do have to do at least pre-calculus 171. Then the community college system will allow you to skip over 172 because you have pre-calculus algebra. Then you can go to 263, and correct me, Laura, if I'm wrong. Then typically you can skip over 172 pre-calculus trig. You can go right to Math 263 brief calculus. That is the math that the business school loves to see. And then, of course, if you've got microeconomics and macroeconomics and accounting courses as well, these are also things that can make you stand out for the accounting program in the Poole College of Management, our business school here at NC State.
Perfect. How many transfer students get accepted each year?
It depends. It really does depend. Usually we are going for, we had 4,000, we had a little over 4,000. We actually had more applications this year than we did last year. We had about 4,121, and there's about 1,450 spots available for the transfer class in the fall. There's about 250 spots available for the spring transfer class. And so with 4,000 applications, this is another reason why you want to do well in your work and make your application stand out and having the requirements met, or you're finishing up the requirements, but your prerequisites are very strong and showing that you're going to probably have a very good chance of finishing up your requirements as well. But typically we look for a fall transfer class of around 1,450 students, and for the spring transfer class, right around 250 students total.
Okay. If I'm taking all the classes that would transfer over, would it be more likely I get into state or no?
I'm not sure I understand the
I think what
question.
they're saying is if they follow the BDP, if they follow the classes that are recommended for a major, they
Yeah,
have all of those done, does that give them a better chance?
if the grades are awesome. The BDPs are really maximization plans, and Wake Tech helped us build our BDPs. For those of you who do not know this, Wake Tech is our strongest transfer partner. And we love Wake Tech, and hopefully Wake Tech loves us, because we love to include them in on everything as well. But Wake Tech and the BDPs, NC State and Wake Tech and the registration and records offices and deans from Wake Tech and NC State all help build those BDPs. And the advisors of Wake Tech, who are stellar, if they notice something has changed or they've noticed something is getting ready to change, they contact our registration and records office. They know who to contact, and then we start investigating it and we look into it. We talk with the departments. They're talking with Wake Tech's talking with their department leaders, and then we're all coming up with a new version of a new BDP. And but the thing is you can do the BDP. It's a maximization plan. If you can't follow it to the letter and you need to substitute a humanities for another humanities that's still going to help you graduate and fill in that one requirement on the pick sheet that's got that one blank you have to fill in, that's fine and everything, because sometimes schedules just don't simply work out. I just recommend on the BDPs. I guess I'm kind of going in and out of the circle of the question here, but I want to make sure I get this all out. As long as you're following along those guidelines of the BDP, you've got a pretty strong chance. You just want to make sure you do well. Just doing the BDP and just sliding by is not going to necessarily guarantee you admissions in any way, shape, form, or kind. If you follow the BDP as best as possible, I recommend that you don't really mess with the mathematics. Don't mess with the English 111 and 112, and do not really, mess with the sciences that are listed on the BDPs. But the thing is, you could also just do the regular Associate of Arts, Associate of Science, and Associate of Engineering, and make sure you're taking the highly, highly recommended courses on our website, which they're all built into each of those 3 degrees, depending on which major that you're going for, and the corresponding particular degree that it would work with. You still have a very strong chance of doing it. The BDP was just simply a requirement by every university to work with their top community college partner to have as a layout, a maximization plan layout for students to follow along with, to know that everything that they're doing is going to be great. But there are other ways. It's not the only way in. It was really wild about the BDPs, and the advisors at Wake Tech heard it. The advisors at NC State heard it. The registration and records offices at Wake Tech and NC State heard it, that students somehow got into their mind and nobody really knows where it came from, that they thought that if they didn't do the BDP exactly the way it was written, or they didn't do it at all, that they were never going to come to the university that they wanted to go to, whether it was us, Chapel Hill, ECU, Appalachian, Wilmington, Elizabeth City, A&T, Central. They thought, if I don't do their BDP, I'm not going to that college. That's not true. It's a maximization plan, is what it is. You can make some substitutions, especially on those humanities and breadth courses and UGETC courses and what have you. I just suggest that if you're applying to us, which you hopefully are, if you're applying to us, but you're also applying to a couple of other colleges and universities as well, that you don't really play with the mathematics. Don't substitute those. Don't substitute the sciences necessarily. There might be a couple of instances where you can, and your Wake Tech advisors will help you with that. And definitely the English 111 and 112. You know, don't play with those. But as far as those humanities and breadth courses, basically, that are off of the UGETC list, then you can do some alterations to it as well also. But is it a guaranteed admissions? No, not necessarily. If you do really great, you're going to be super competitive, and probably have a really great shot of getting in. But I can never give a 100% guarantee. I can never give one, unfortunately. I wish I could. But
so to clarify, the BDP stands for Baccalaureate Degree Plan, and those can
correct.
be seen on the transfer admission page along with the competitive courses. So taking a look at both of those will help you with probably the potentials and then get the grades, right? Is that what you're saying?
That's absolutely correct, and that's all true for all 16 public universities. Those BDPs have got to be on their transfer web pages for every 16, all 16 of the public universities, from Western Carolina, UNC Asheville, Appalachian, all of us in between, all the way down to Elizabeth City State, Fayetteville State, and UNC Wilmington, and UNC Pembroke. Okay. We all have to have, and all of us in between, all of those great schools. We all have to have our BDP plans on our websites, and they're usually in the transfer section for each one of the public universities.
So the next question would be, do we still have time to apply after this meeting?
Ooh. I wonder if I can send a quick chat. I giggle. Do we have time for me to check?
Well,
let me see. No, I better not do that. I better not do that. Let's see. You know what? Let's do something really funny. Let's just make a phone call. I bet you haven't had that happen in one of these meetings. Amanda, how long is the transfer app still open? Thank you so much. Bye-bye. The application is open until the beginning of November.
okay.
There's your answer.
So there's a little wiggle room that didn't used to be there. So that's good to know.
Do not wait. Do not wait. Please.
Do not wait.
Oh my God. Do not wait till the beginning of November. Yes, go ahead and apply after this session is over.
Apply today if you want to. There you go.
Apply today.
All right. Next question. I heard if you graduate from a technical school, you would only have 2 years in NCSU. Is that for any degree that you graduate with?
No, not necessarily. Engineering, it might be like 2 years in the summer, 2 years in a semester, and here is why. Because in engineering, you're probably going to do a research plan, because with that research, all those engineering students from NC State and all the great engineering colleges, yes, we are one of them. However, you're going to find that at the major engineering universities across the country, the top graduates that are sought after for the rest of their career, all the way through retirement, did research projects or co-ops or internships during the regular semesters or summers, or even took the whole entire semester off to do these programs, and that landed them the best jobs upon graduation and the best career climbing through their retirement through graduation. So no, it's not, and it's the same for the business school even, and even in some certain cases for some of the humanities and social sciences and the College of Natural Resources. A friend of mine who went into environmental sciences through the College of Natural Resources, he took 1 semester off and went out to, actually he did an environmental study in a small town in between New Jersey and New York City. And that job landed him. 6 companies were so impressed with that project that he did and his report that he did. 6 companies were after him, and all of them with 6-figure starting salaries. So if you want to graduate in 4 years flat, yes, it is possible with just about every one of our majors, even some of the ones in engineering. But we recommend that you take advantage of us and use those research, co-op, internship, and even study abroad opportunities and stretch it out a little bit to make yourself marketable. This is 4 years of your life, in some cases 8 or 9 years of your life if you're becoming a lawyer, a doctor, or a veterinarian as well. To do these research projects, the rest of your life is many times longer than your college career. Why not take a little bit of extra time? Strengthen that college experience, that college resume, that college academic toolbox that's going to be with you and work for you all the way to the day you announce your retirement and you get the nice watch from your company and you move on to your traveling the universe probably by then, traveling the world and what have you. So it's up to you. But the more tools that you add to your academic toolbox, the more you set yourself up for a phenomenal career.
Okay, we have 3 more questions.
Okay.
So do you have summer classes?
Yes, 2 sessions, first session and second session. And then I think there might be an intermediate session, very similar to you all.
So can a student start in the summer?
Only if they, I'm sorry if I didn't clarify this. So whoever asked that, thank you for letting me clarify this again. Thank you so much. If you get an offer for the fall term and you have an official fall offer to start at NC State in the fall, you can contact the admissions office, and you also have to contact the transfer summer start office or the summer start office and ask for transfer summer start session 2. Between the 2 offices, we will back up the starting point because there's things in the computer about status, and timing and everything that we have to change on your account. And you can start in second summer session with up to 2 classes, 7 credit hours, 8 credit hours, one of the 2, and get started, take up to 2 courses. And it's like joining an organization. You're going to meet other students doing the same thing. You're going to create some great friendships, and you can go ahead and get acclimated to the university through what we call the Summer Start office, but you'll be a part of the Transfer Summer Start Session 2 group. So that's how you do it. You can't apply for it. You got to get that fall offer first, and then you can cash it in for the Summer Start program.
Okay. If we finished 2-year associate in science in CCP dual enrollment, do we have to take another 4 years to finish the BS? I can say no to that, yeah.
No, no. Technically 2 years, 2 years in the summer, 2 years in a semester. Do the research projects, do the internships, do the co-ops. Coming to college and just doing your college degree only, with so many college graduates doing research projects and co-ops and internships. I just want everybody to be really well prepared for the rest of their life, which is way longer, universe willing, way longer than your college career. So,
all right, one more question. I'm going to interrupt you because we're almost out of time.
I'm sorry.
Aside from performing well academically and doing well with our application essays, is there anything you could recommend that we can do now that can help our chances when we apply, say for the fall? They were applying for the fall.
No, just keep up the good work. Keep up the good work. I mean, if you've got any organizations like extracurricular activities, like I mentioned in the PowerPoint, if you happen to be able to do stuff that's related to your major, hey, that's great. It can stand out. It's not going to be the make or break necessarily, but it does kind of get on the mind of people looking at the application. It's like, this person's really serious about this major. And so, we'll take, an even harder look at the courses that you've taken and stuff like that. It's things along that line. But we can't really compare a student who had 5, 6 clubs, organizations to a student who had to get in their car as soon as class was over and go work their job. It's just an unfair comparison because people have to survive. People are very lucky to join a club and organization. We can't compare the two things. So that's why we have to make it fair for everybody and base it more on the academic preparation is how we got to do it. So just keeping up the good work, concentrating on your degree tracks and doing well there. It's going to help you later if you had a job or something related. It's going to help you later once you're at NC State because we can recommend great clubs and organizations because we do academic clubs, social clubs, and socially academic clubs and organizations. And it's also going to help you with internships, co-ops, and research as well. I know we're running out of time. Sorry, I'm talking fast. I just wanted to get that in.
All right, so everybody who's attending, we do have a survey we would love for you to fill out, and we are, you will be entered into a raffle for $25 if you complete the survey, and we certainly would appreciate your feedback. And I would like to just say thank you to Taylor. You are always well informed and teach us something new every time I talk to you. Thank you for the presentation, and any more comments?
Real quick, for those of you who are interested in getting on our contact list and finding out everything NC State, there's a section on our website, Connect with Us. Get on there, fill out your information, put your email address in there, and you're going to put in like the major you want and the time frame you want. We're only going to send you information that is pertinent to you and what you want to do. We're not going to send you any spam. It's a great way to keep informed. And let me tell you, a lot of students say that being on that list saved them when it came to application deadlines. So definitely get on our mailing list, and and it's called Connect with Us, and you'll just get on there, and the departments will start sending you information about the major that you're interested in as well. Also, so
And that's
definitely
on the admissions page.
That's on the admissions. When you go to admissions.ncsu.edu, then you're going to see a red banner. It's got a bunch of words in there like visit and everything. Go over to the word apply. Don't click on it. Hover your cursor over it. A drop-down menu will start. Click on the word transfer, and it's in there. Connect with us. And it's also actually on the very first admissions.ncsu.edu. If you just scroll down on that very first page, you should see Connect with Us, and you can sign into the mailing list that way. Trust me, everybody, it's a great way to keep up with us.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much, Taylor.
Thank you. I'm going to stop presenting, and I'm just going to come back to this. And thank you again, everybody. And if y'all have any questions, please feel free to give us a call in the Office of Undergraduate Admissions. We have a lot of people trained in transfer, and they call me Taylor, the transfer guy. Again, I apologize for the mask, but there's a bunch of people around me. You can't see them right now. And so, we look forward to working with every one of you, and go Wolfpack. Thanks again. Thank you, Ashley. Thank you, Laura.
Bye.
Thank you so much, Taylor. Bye.
Y'all take care. Stay safe, everybody. Thanks again.